Hello again. So we're having a few technical issues. So if ever we're having technical issues and you're unable to see me, just send me something and remind, and then I'll try to repost later if there's ever a problem with Zoom because we keep having issues with Zoom. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about triangles. And I know yesterday you talked about triangles, but you did sides. Today we're going to be doing triangles and we're going to identify them using the angles. So let's take a look. So let's review a little bit. We're going to classify triangles by their angles. And we know, and I want you to think about the time when we stood up in class and I would say, show me what a right angle looks like. Show me what an acute angle looks like. Show me what an obtuse looks like. So those days we did that for, I know, over a week. So we're going to go back to that right now. And we're going to review, and then we're going to take that information and use it to classify some triangles by their angles. So let's take a look at our first angle. Okay, our first angle is an acute triangle. And remember how we used to say a cute little triangle? Because we know with an acute triangle that this particular triangle is less than 90 degrees. Okay, so if I were to draw a line right here for this particular angle, see where 90 degrees would be with the purple line? This purple line that I drew, as opposed to the black line that's the actual line of the triangle, of the angle. So this particular angle is less than 90 degrees. And when I look at this angle here, same thing. It's less than 90 degrees. And when I look at this angle here, same thing. It is less than 90 degrees. So if I took a line and drew it straight down here and looked at this angle right there, then you could see that this purple line would make it 90 degrees, but it's not. It's the black line. So it's this black line here, and it goes right here, and that talks about that angle. And obviously the angle is less than 90 degrees. Now, so for it to be accounted as an acute triangle, all the angles have to be less than 90 degrees. So I'm gonna pause right there, and I want you to draw your triangle. And I want you to write the information for acute triangles. Remember, all the angles are less than 90 degrees in order for this to be called an acute triangle. Okay, keeping that in mind. Okay, if you need additional time, just pause the video. So our second triangle we're going to talk about, it is called a right triangle. Okay, a right triangle has a 90-degree angle. Okay, so this particular one, in order for it to be a right triangle, it has to have a 90-degree angle. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have over here. If we look just right here at this angle right here, we notice that a little box can be drawn. So see this little box that's drawn here for this particular angle? So if I can draw a box inside the angle, then that tells me that the angle is 90 degrees. Okay? But also notice that right here, there's another angle. And this angle, again, is not 90 degrees, but it's acute. And an acute angle here. And you also have one here. Well, 90-degree angles are right angles. And remember back up in here, it said that acute angles are less than 90. So acute angles are less than 90. Therefore, 90 is more than the acute angle. So then 90 trumps these two angles. So my right angle that's right here trumps this angle, and it trumps this angle. Okay, so this would make this a right triangle. So a higher the degree of the angle, that trumps and that helps to remember what it would be called. It would become a right triangle because 90 is greater than acute and acute. Okay, so I'll pause and let you get that down. Remember, a right triangle has a right angle. And remember, the right angle is the one where you can draw the little box inside. Okay, if you need additional time, then just pause the video. Okay. Our last and final triangle is called an obtuse triangle. Okay, obtuse, just like you have to open your mouth to say obtuse, you know that it's probably the biggest because it has an angle that is more than 90 degrees. Okay, so the angle is more than 90 degrees. So when I look at this one right here, look how far back this angle goes. So this angle goes, it leans back. Remember we used to do the song, lean back, lean back. So if it was a right triangle, then the line would go straight down like that. But notice that the blue line is beyond the black line. So that makes it an obtuse angle here. But notice here you have a acute angle, and here you have an acute angle. But again, obtuse is more than 90 degrees. So if it's more, it's the angle that has the most in degrees is how we obtain the name for the triangle. So 90, more than 90 here, obtuse, makes this an obtuse triangle. So an obtuse triangle has an angle with more than 90 degrees. That means it's bigger than a right angle. Okay, so let's recap a little bit. The first triangle we talked about was an acute triangle. And we said it is called acute because all three angles have to be acute. Acute meaning less than 90 degrees. Okay. Now, if I wanted to take this a step further, inside the entire interior of a triangle, if I add all of the angles up, they equal 180. I don't care what kind of triangle I have, they equal 180. I'm just throwing that out because you're going to need that next year in 5th grade. All right, let's go. Our second one was a right triangle. And this is our right angle right here in this particular triangle. And remember, a right angle has a measure of 90 degrees, and I can draw a little square inside the angle. So because 90 is greater than acute and acute here, this is called a right triangle. Our last triangle is obtuse. Obtuse triangles have an angle that's more than 90 degrees. So if I follow my blue line, look how much further it is away from my black line, which would have been 90 degrees, the black line. But because it is beyond the black line, it is bigger than 90 degrees. That's why we call it obtuse. And an obtuse triangle has an angle with more than 90 degrees. So remember, the higher the degree, that's what names the triangle. So obtuse, right, and acute is what we have. Now, if you have your packet, then please take out your Learn book. If you don't have your packet, it's okay. And you can just follow along as you are with a piece of paper, okay? All right, so yesterday you had to classify triangles by their size. Okay, so please turn to page 103 in your Learn book. And if you don't have your Learn book, it's okay. Just have a piece of paper out. You're fine. So today we're going to be talking about the angles again of some triangles. So let's look at 1A. 1A is the problem that I will do. And I'm going to look at this particular triangle. Look at this triangle. Here I have an angle right here. Then I have an angle right here. Let me draw these so you can see it. Hopefully it'll transfer. All right, there's one angle. Look, that's a lean back angle. Then look at there's another angle right there. That's an acute angle, looks like to me. And then there's an angle at the top. Sorry, my phone went off. Okay, so there's an angle right here. Okay, so here I have my green angle at the top. Here I have my blue angle at the bottom, and then I have my purple angle right here. So when I look at them, I know my green angle would be acute. So that would be an acute angle. I also know that my blue angle would be an acute angle. Acute meaning that it is less than 90 degrees. So the green angle would be acute. My blue angle right here would be acute, less than 90 degrees. But when I look at this purple angle, look how far back that angle leans back. Because if I were to draw a line right here, and then take that line, then take that line right here, that would be a right angle, but that's not where it goes. Notice that it leans back beyond this. So I know that it is not a right angle, but it is definitely an obtuse angle. So my purple one would be obtuse. So when I think of obtuse angles have or are greater than 90 degrees. I know a right angle is 90 degrees, and I know an acute angle is less than 90 degrees, okay? So when I look here I have an obtuse, acute. I know obtuse is greater than an acute, so therefore this would be an obtuse angle. So please circle that on your paper if you have it. If not, draw your triangle and then label it obtuse. Okay, if you need additional time, just pause your video. Now let's go to B. Now, yesterday you talked about the sides, and remember these ticks stand for something. So this tick means that this one is congruent to this one, and they're all three congruent, which means they're all the same length. The sides are the same length. Okay, so if I got that, then I have in this corner up here, what type of angle do I have at the top? So at the top, gonna make that green. Does that look like a 90-degree angle? Does it look like a obtuse angle? Does it look like an acute angle? Okay, let's look at the one to the right. Does that look like a 90-degree angle? Look at it. Does it look like an acute angle? Does it look like an obtuse angle? And then look at the one to the left. Okay, let's look at the blue side. Does it look like a right angle? Does it look like an obtuse angle? Does it look like an acute angle? So, green angle. I think it looks like, it might be less than 90 degrees. Red angle, it looks like it might be less than 90 degrees. blue angle. Looks like it might be less than 90 degrees. Okay, so this one you think might be acute. So put an A. This one might be acute. So we'll put an A. This one might be acute as well. So we'll put an A. Oh, A, acute. So they're all the same. So then that tells us that my triangle would be, or my angle measurements would be all acute because nothing trumps nothing. They're all the same. Okay, so I'll pause right there and let you get that for a moment. Okay, let's go to our next triangle. All right, let's take a look at it. Oh, I see something very special going on here. Let's look at this one. I have an angle right here. Okay, that's one angle. I have an angle right here. And I also have an angle right here. Sorry, sit down a little bit. Okay, so there are my three angles. I have the red angle. Let's see. I have a red angle right here. I have the yellow angle right here. And the black angle. Uh-oh, what can I do in the black angle? I can draw a square. So if I can draw a square, that tells me something. Okay, so the red angle, we say is what type of angle? I'm gonna let you pause and let you tell. Oh, you're absolutely right. The red angle is an acute angle. Cute little angle. Okay, let's go to the yellow angle. Yellow angle is what? Obtuse. No, what is it? Oh, you said acute. Acute angle. You're exactly right. The black angle is a what? I can draw a box in it. It is a right angle. You're exactly right. Okay, so right, acute, acute. Now, you have two of the same, which are acute. And we know acute angles are less than 90 degrees. We know that a right angle is what? 90 degrees. You're exactly right. So 90 degrees is more than an acute angle. So therefore, it trumps acute, and that makes our triangle a right triangle. Okay. Okay. Now, you're going to do problem D on your own. So draw your triangle if you don't have it. The page. And look at your angles. So you do. Okay, let's look at what you have. Right here, what kind of angle is that? You're right. It is an obtuse angle. Okay. You have another angle right here. What type of angle is that? You're absolutely right. It is an acute angle. Sorry. You have another third final angle over here. What type of angle is that? You're right. It is an acute angle. Okay. So now I know that I have two acute angles. And again, acute, back up here, is less than 90 degrees. And I have one obtuse meaning it is greater than 90 degrees. So now is 90 more than less than 90? Absolutely. So then my obtuse angle trumps my two acute angles because its measure is higher. So therefore, this particular angle would be an obtuse triangle. So because there is an obtuse angle there, it makes it an obtuse triangle. Okay. I'll pause right there and let you get that information. Okay. If you need additional time, then you can just pause your video. Now, you are to go to Kahoot. Today you have, I think, one question in Kahoot. It is not the same question as your you do. It is not the same question as your you do. Okay? So keeping that in mind, you're not on a timer. Take your time and answer that one question. And I'll see you on soon. Don't forget to go on your pre-recordeds for tomorrow. Okay? You guys have a good rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you soon.